Good morning, good afternoon, and every other time in between. How we all doing today? And we're going to continue with our Mongol playthrough. I'm thinking today will be the end of Tumen as our character. He hasn't been very lucky. How you doing, Liz? The Kurgis are up here really collecting a lot of space. I'm doing good. Ended up sleeping in a little bit, so that was nice. Still have no new building slots. Gotta get our development up a little bit. Our court intrigue. We're still sort of on the average size for that. But we're definitely wanting to start a murder scheme in a couple of years. And now we continue. I put a couple new mods in. Mostly the Join Any War mod. Gives us a little more roleplay. More roleplay is always good. And our marshal died. Interesting. She took territory. That's why he can't. Well, we'll assign them. And we don't need a concubine. We don't need any more kids. So our little plot and plan is to still put her on the throne over here in the Shayla Valley. That way, whenever we go to inherit the title, everything will be quite alright. We're 50 years old, we could die basically at any time now. Huh. Our daughter over here has gotten land all by herself. How you doing, Queen? I won't be surprised if we see a Khanate form somewhere around us. We got a few big powers, and I'm suspecting that we'll see the Kyrgyz rise up. Historically, they were a massive Khaganate right after the Uyghurs were thrown out. We still have 3 years before I can try and murder. And hopefully we can keep him from Actually, let's fabricate a hook. We need to get as many people on our side. Yeah, I know you've had a rough day. And I definitely appreciate that you hopped by. We got an opportunity. I think we're going to take one of the counties over here just to make more of a buffer for our realm. And we're fabricating a hook on our daughter-in-law so she can help join us on murder plots. And hopefully we'll be able to kill this, well, he's no longer a child. Well, he's still technically, he's still a child, but he's no longer a child by the era. Especially on the steppe, he would be a full-fledged young man. Tibet is slowly reabsorbing all of its little lost vassals. And India is putting itself a little better back together. The Eastern Roman Empire is still iconoclastic. Just slowly regaining its territory. Venice has decided to have nothing to do with anybody's BS and has just taken over a large portion of Italy. Leon starting to get quite hungry over here. East and West Francia, I don't know what happened over here. But the two Carling brothers are still alive. They didn't, like, try to kill one another, so that's interesting. Bavaria. The Anglo-Saxons are breaking apart more and more and more. Picklin. Oh. Looks like the Picts, instead of just disappearing to the waste bin of history, has decided to... That's Welsh. Interesting. Has decided to form Scotland, or in this case, Picklin. Denmark looking a little juicy. Zetisu is a proper Khanate. Still, it's not quite close enough for us to be really worried about it. Don't know where their army is, but if they don't want to come out and challenge us, hey, that's easy for us. Gives me more ease of taking them out. I see what happened. Their army is over here trying to take over the Gobi Altai. Yeah, it works for me. Tartars can just be distracted with the Naimans. How you doing, Panda? So here's something interesting about the Naimans. The Naimans converted on and off between Judaism, Christianity, and Tengriism. And a vast majority of them, let's see what, yeah, they're Tengri right now. But the Naimans themselves basically have said that, hey, you know, the whole thing with the three wise men coming and bearing gifts on the birth of Christ, etc., from the Bible, yeah, they say that that's them. And it's believed that when they were Nestorian Christian, they were also the basically the origin for the Pastor Paul myth from the Crusaders, saying that there would be a big army from the east coming to help the crusade. So yeah, that's interesting as can be. Oh, it looks like their army is coming to test. Finally coming to fight us. Let's see. We can do an induction scheme. That's not the army we want to deal with. Come on. Get their other army on us. There we go. I'm doing alright. Well, he's no longer a child, but yeah, we're still trying to kill the same person, just waiting for the, we're just waiting for our scheme to come back up. Oh, a bit of a late start today, but hey. We're all working in on this. It looks like they've got their, they got the proper men-at-arms, spearmen, light infantry, and heavy infantry. So let's take a look at what the, what their army actually looks like. So our goal is to stay as mobile as possible. We're fully going to be relying on our main strength, and that is maintaining mobility. Gonna be kind of fighting downhill at this point. I don't quite like that, but hey. I think we're going to just try to get them the same way we got that last army. Just going to deploy our Unigar in the heavy force over here. Try to ambush them. Let's get these guys off their horses. Form a line behind our spears, along with our High Chieftain and our knights.
Cold formation. Mounted bows.
And I'm thinking flaming shot, just because there's a bunch of woods. Bunch of trees. Yeah, they're definitely coming our way, so, I'm thinking putting our front line a little bit more like this.
Get running!
Their front line is going to be heavier than ours. Ow, god darn it. Just got a cramp in my foot. Literally some of the worst. Okay, now they stopped. Interesting. I guess they're gonna let us do our thing. Let's put our other guys also on flame. I think if we put our guys right up here like this, that ought to do. And then after the engagement's done, our horse archers will come running in, hitting them from behind. I need to switch these from the knockers to the, not the knockers, from the Uniguard to the, noble horse archers in the mapping. Keep forgetting to do it. The reason why I don't like the Unigar is because the Unigar... So, right now it's sort of limited because there isn't a lot of mods that actually have proper Tartar and stuff this early on. Like Tartar and... it's limited to the Hunnic. And this is actually something from basically the 400s. Because these were basically Germanic, Eastern Roman, like you can see from some like the uniforms and etc. Like they're just picked up people that have been basically inducted into Hunnic society. That's why I personally don't like the Unigar unit in general. Because, yeah, it happened historically, but they were not just random guys picked up. They were usually people abducted as children and brought into Hunnic society. So they weren't like, oh, I'm walking around with some of my clothes from the Eastern Roman Empire at the time, Western Roman Empire, etc. I think we need to have these guys run.
Knockers! Run, curse you!
Steppe society is extremely fascinating. Semi-nomadic pastoralists that built giant empires that function widely okay until the Khans would lose power individually. Then a new dynasty would come in, take over. Maybe for a while they would, kind of like how we are right now, be broken into a whole bunch of smaller tribes. until a new Khan would come up and start basically taking over. And then eventually a Kagan would rise up, which a Kagan is just basically the equivalent of an emperor. Okay, are you guys marching up to us, or... No. The thing is, their main army is much larger than our little foot formation right here, so I need to be careful at exactly how we smash into it. Mongolian, Turkish, Hunnic, you name it. They tended to use their conquered peoples as their actual foot soldiers, but in the steppe itself, it was just mostly these steppe levies, just guys who weren't on horses if they didn't have enough horses for the entire army. Some of them were just dismounted for the battle itself, as even these guys are... they would be horsemen. Not in the sense of like how they would do this battle, but every one of these would be capable of shooting a bow, riding their horse. All that fun stuff. Looks like they're deciding to charge up.
Our general is under attack!
Light the forest on fire. Fire makes William happy.
The enemy has laid an ambush!
Just like when Liz was playing Forest Fire Simulator.
Revealed their deception! Hidden troops!
Bring our people in like this. And it's time to bring up our horse archers. Bring them into this ambush.
The men are broken and running for their lives! Move it! Warriors, move out! Man of the steppes!
That's what I was afraid of. Please get there quicker.
Our men are rallying! They're not done yet! Men of the steppes! Back, warriors! Back! Knockers! Battle ready! Kill!
There they are.
Have found their courage! Back to the fight! Our hidden units have been discovered.
Oh yeah, because they're just now coming in. Annihilated that unit. Let's get this one out.
And are fleeing.
Oh no, our general's fallen. Hopefully our chieftain didn't die, but if he did die, he died a noble death on the battlefield. Take out that general. Just get rid of these guys. This is a lot more of a battle than I thought it was going to be. Oh, no, they're charging.
We have gained the upper hand.
And we got there.
General is fallen.
We got their battle. Their general.
Godspeed good. We are moments away from victory.
And that's it. Now let's see who died there in that fight. So I ended up getting Starfield today, so when that comes out, we'll be streaming it blind. Completely blind. Won't even do any of the tutorials or anything. And I've been heavily avoiding spoilers for it. I just know it has spaceships. I just wonder what sort of game-breaking bugs that we'll get from Bethesda on day one. There you go, Liz. You are a mod. Oh no, you have power. Alrighty, loading back into Crusader Kings from Crusader Wars. Let's see how our battle went. We didn't outright die, but we're just wounded. Okay. That's fun. We weren't, like, maimed or anything. Not sure what you're asking. N36. I'm doing alright. And we're gonna grant you our new territory. And we're gonna turn this into Mongol. And we're getting close to restarting our murder plot. Our daughter-in-law is sick. Not good. Let's see. Need to get our daughter married. Somebody who could be useful to us. You'll do. He won't accept it. What about as a concubine, then? At least I'll get somebody of our bloodline onto their throne. It depends on what region you're in. As the game goes along, you'll eventually get more and more area and territory. If you're tribal, definitely just go out and borrow it from your neighbors. Really, we only have... Must have had a lot of guys just randomly die on us. You recruit. Just gonna recruit these people. Yeah, I think that last battle we lost a lot of people. Because we did lose all of our knights. Now we can get some better people. Let's see. Sign them. But overall, the best way to make money in CK3 is just to concentrate on development. Unless you're like converting culture or something like that, always leave your... Shouldn't be taking, no, 8 years, but hey. Always leave your steward just to develop your capital. The more developed it is, the more money you're going to get from it. Let's see, are we capable of getting a new culture? Not yet. In November, we'll be able to start to try to murder him. The more vassals that you have, also the more that you're going to get, but they can also be problematic, just depending on what era you are in. If you're in the British Isles, always try to hold this region right here under your personal control. Simply because it has a mine. Ah, you're playing over in Castile. Let's take a quick look. So we're going to go into the economy map mode, where we can see the different buildings. So up here in the north of England, oh god darn it. Up here in the north of Leon and Castile, all this little general area, you have a whole bunch of nice general high areas that you can get to. You've got universities that you can build, you've got unique buildings, and you're dealing with the Iberian struggle, which can also get you a little bit of money as well. Castile itself being right here, a good idea is to always try to hold just basically this entire northern area. You'll have to deal with your succession crisis, but eventually this will all consolidate into one kingdom. Whenever you have that, you're pretty well set to expand without further problems, etc. Maintaining control over here as well is a pretty decent idea. What I would recommend doing is holding Castile itself, and then kind of expand and hold on to that area, but come over and capture Sardinia. Sardinia is a nice spot for you to have. It's relatively close. You can grab a hold of the islands that are over here, but the duchy capital area right around here, unless they changed it, I don't see the but there should be a mine over here. Did they change it? They might have moved it over here, but there is a mine over here, which will give you a good bit of extra. Yeah, sometimes you might have to fight the Pope. But just work on concentrating on getting more of your vassals. Keeping any of your sons from having... Basically, too many sons is never a good idea until you have, like, primogeniture and stuff like that. As you get more developed, you will have more and more gold come in. Usually what I like to do is build all of your castles purely military focus. Make sure your towns are getting nothing but the economic bonuses. And then your church can kind of go kind of both ways, but I always make sure they have the control buildings. And this guy died. Luckily our son wasn't involved in that battle. Absolutely turning devastating on us. Getting close to being able to murder. Ah, great. Hopefully he has a, well, nobody crazy. Because anybody that he has... So, regardless, we're going to have to murder a baby. Stabby stab. It's like we have to murder somebody else now. Alrighty, our daughter-in-law is wanting us to join in on her war, so we're going to. Send our army right up to their capital. Maybe we'll capture him. That should be our goal, just to straight out capture him. If we do that, we can execute him, instead of ending the war normal. We're gonna stare at the clouds and get symbols from Tangri. Let's arrange you to marry our granddaughter. Oh, he's already got betrothed. Now we can work on abducting him. But we're going to start our murder plot. And we can get his spy master. Good, good, good. So it looks like we might be successful. And his spouse died in childbirth, so we don't have to worry about any more children coming from him until he gets remarried, and that's if he doesn't mysteriously die. And let's head back into Crusader Wars. So we are having fun. Are we winning yet, son? I don't think this being out of sync with the cloud would be an issue. Let's hope it's not. Nope, it wasn't. We'll just have to restart. Maybe restart Crusader Kings after this. Oh, we got a nice battlefield actually. Let's put our Unigar just right over here and
Warriors, spread out! Skirmish!
alright, good night, Panda.
Man of the steppes! Round and bows! Keep your distance! Spread out! outnumber the enemy!
And we're just gonna come right over here, in force, and just annihilate them. And the arrows start flying.
Beware! Our hidden units have been revealed! Warriors ready! Ready for battle! Understood! Force archers!
Let's hit their heavy infantry, get them gone.
The enemy refuses to admit defeat! Their unit has rallied!
Hitting their chieftain now.
Their general has fallen! Our victory grows ever
I don't think they're
nearer!
gonna buff that one out anytime soon. Bring our horse archers around. And there we go.
Be good. We are moments away from victory.
We got that battle won. Death by 1,000 arrows. Oh, we just need to finish this battle, get it loaded in, and maybe we will capture the person that we need. Maybe. Maybe he'll just be dead, which will make it easier. And then all we have to do is go back to plotting to murdering a child. You know, basically what we were doing yesterday. This is just slowly turning into, you know, child murderer simulator. Five Nights at Freddy's. Without the jump scares. Hopefully somebody doesn't, like, clip that and take it out of context. Oh, William condones child murder. Alright, we'll see you later. Now we're just gonna consume the hashed cakes. So hopefully he dies from his wounds. I need a court physician, because I just realized we're still wounded. Wow, somebody who practices Buddhism, which can be good for us. They're a bit old, but hey. At least they'll be able to treat us. We need to completely rebuild our knights. After that defeat. Alright, let's see if we can successfully murder this guy. So the first part of our plot has been introduced quite nicely. I think we're going to be successful. He is severely injured. We're just going to concentrate on getting him gone. And then all we have to do is murder that child. Let's see. Join that got a new political alliance, which is good. At least our son hasn't gotten any negative traits, especially now that he's out of our court. One of our grandchildren has been injured. Oh no, he is trying to blackmail us. I think we're just gonna decline. I had my reasons to kill him. Oh. We are definitely executing this child. Now, whenever we murder him, it'll go straight to our daughter-in-law. Let's see if we kill him. We're gonna try to get him again. And this time we're gonna have somebody else. Of course, they die right when I put them on. We have tried to murder this guy multiple times. Just... absolutely no luck at it. Except for we didn't murder him. We didn't murder him at all, Queen. Oh no, not again. Hopefully it's not a son. And finally, he must have died of his wounds. Because our daughter-in-law is now in control of the Shayla Valley. And our grandson will inherit the titles. Now all we have to do is invite him to court. We're already sort of a murdering psycho. We're still gonna try to murder our gonna still try to murder her little brother just to tie up loose ends. And I'm just gonna put our marshal in control. So whenever our daughter-in-law passes on, and when our son-in-law, well, our son passes on and we take control of our grandson, which we're now going to plot to murder. Get rid of these guys. I will just spread a few rumors how terrifying I am. Maybe we should have just commanded that battle. Let's push back our... And of course it's a son that we don't want. Luckily, he is not legitimate. So we don't need to worry about him. A good victory. So let's invite people to this murder plot. Because we are going to get more, we're going to get more people. Oh, the Shayla Valley is actually expanding. That's good. The more they expand, the more we will get territory-wise. So yeah, he's a kinslayer. He's a known murderer. He's also still wounded. We need another another court position. Let's recruit you. And conversion and recruit. Give us another warrior there. We're just gonna start recruiting everybody we can because we need more soldiers. I like that we're not even really built for scheming like this, and we be doing it. Ah, he became a small bit of a shadow. Join my court. Let's arrange a marriage. Really, that's all that's available? I guess people are kind of scared of us and don't want to be evolved. The Arab world still shattered into little tiny pieces. Leon is doing good at gobbling up territory. We can invite somebody else. Oh, she's lost an eye. Let's just send her a gift. Try to get her on our better side a little bit. Even though we're trying to murder her son, we've killed basically her entire family just to get her on the throne so we can take over. Let's see if we kill our grandson. And we succeeded. Now we have loose ends to deal with. Her brother. Can't do that until 8/18. But we can work on abducting him. And once we abduct him, we can just basically murder him. Oh no, our grandson left our court. I guess he didn't like that his brother got murdered. And I'm surprised we're still alive and we haven't been, like, murdered by somebody else. Like our wife. Our son. Speaking of, we need to... And we'll make our concubine our lover. It's like we don't like our wife that much. I don't think she likes us that much either. Let's see. Well, let's just capture their territory. Do I have enough to do it? Yeah, we do. Let's improve our power base. That way, whenever we're rolling over all of this territory and we inherit the Shayla Valley, we'll have a nice sized little chieftain. We'll call him the war. Excellent. With it, we'll have basically half of Mongolia. The entire eastern half, and we'll have to move over to capture the western half. We'll just speed up. Oh, my allergies. Ah, curses, our scheme was discovered. Lovely. And we're just gonna cancel it. We have enough to increase our... Yeah, we do. We want to get our tribal authority up as high as we can. Make ourselves another vassal up here. There's a Turk. Not much longer and we'll have this territory captured and dealt with. Oh no. We're not gonna break up with our lovers. We're now severely injured. So we need to win this pretty quick before he dies. Send for a physician. It's too late for caution. Or let's do no more than necessary. Alrighty, and I just want you to be gone. And we died. Tumen has finally died. And now we are moving on to our High Chieftain, our son Alton. A bold military tactician. We actually can have a good bit with our son here. And we're going to start out with our prisoners. We want to apparently can't do anything. Our spouse is going to be unavailable because she is the chieftain over here. So when we die, we're just going to continue with control focus. Oh, good. Groom to rule. Looks like he's staying with his mother's court. It's not letting us. Okay, I see what's happened. So we need a vassal. Wow, they became soulmates. That's nice. Let's see, who can we give territory to? We need somebody younger. There we go, 23. Couple stats. Let's also save here. We're really above our domain limit. She has no way of helping us, so I think we'll have to switch off of our focus and pick up a different one so we can basically not have an issue here. Now we should have a decision. To get ourselves a court position, which we already have. So we effectively have our territory over here without any real issue. We're allied with them. Don't need to worry. So let's see how Alton would view the world right now. His father was sort of a psychopath. He sort of just slowly descended into absolute psychotic. He murdered his son. He also murdered 2 of his brothers. He murdered basically the entire in-law family. So I don't think Alton views his father very nicely and kind of views him as a weakness. Being that we're also cynical, we're just, and we're also generous at the same time. And being that we have a very advantageous alliance for our grandson that will eventually lead to us having this entire territory here. I think Alton would want to at least capture all of the Mongol culture group for right now. At least unify the Mongols. That's what we're going to try to do. And we're going to start this by just trying to subjugate our neighboring chieftain. And this will also be sort of a... He just ascended to the throne. He has to show his strength. And the best way to do that is by winning a nice little war. We should also be the cultural head, and yes, we are. We want to definitely increase our men-at-arms. So we'll leave this family in control. Well, that's not good. Maybe we should have looked at him a little bit more before we tried to subjugate him. Yeah, you can give him to your heir. You should always hold exactly up to your domain limit. Going over by 1 or 2 won't be much of an issue, but your vassals will start to like you, will start to dislike you the more you don't have. Basically, the more that you don't give out. And we're going to consume the hash. Just to get down our stress levels. That's going to be through your, basically your succession laws. So to change your succession laws, it takes technology, but you hit your realm, you go over to succession, and you'll see you'd have different... You got Confederate partition, you got partition, high partition, primogenitor, which is usually where you want to aim, because then you could just choose who you want. Then you have house seniority and automated, basically. But once you get to primogenitor, you could just choose who you want to be your heir. Oh, good. Now that the crisis of our crazy father is gone, we can actually start having more babies with our wife. And thanks for the sub. I definitely appreciate it. Now, I don't recommend it unless you absolutely want it, but you can always right-click on your basically on who is your primary heir right now, and you would have to do it for all of them, but you can disinherit them, which is in hostile. Disinherit will remove them from the line of succession. They will hate you for it. Alrighty, now we need to figure out how to fix this. We don't really have the murder capability. And we got a young son. This will be problematic, but it'll be alright. We'll figure a way to deal with it. You won't get an act of tyranny for denouncing somebody, but it does use your renown points, which goes... Basically, you want to save up on your renown as much as possible, because that's the only way you actually win the game, is by becoming as famous as possible. So I just recommend using it very sparingly. Go CK3. Somebody with high education purpose. Our court position. Yeah, let me see how much it would take to just disinherit. Yeah, it costs 300 prestige and 150 for your renown, so it wouldn't cost a lot. They will just hate you a lot. How successful would we be at trying to murder him? Not really. Because our problem is this succession issue. Her son is going to be the one that inherits all of this. Well, one of these will be. How much more do we need to form the Khanate? Need 17. So we're doing decent. Let's go raiding. We're gonna raid our northern neighbor. In the mountains, it's not as good of an idea to raid, but I mostly want to try to capture a certain somebody and mess around with the succession up here. Hit there, and then we'll come over to their capital. Speaking of things. Oh, we got a necklace that I didn't even know about. This one will do. Want to repair all of our trinkets right now. We won't bother with Crusader Wars when it's just a little measly 200 like that. did they raid that? There we go. I'm going to decline that. We're going to actually negotiate release. We're going to recruit him. Get a weak hook on him too. I've got plans for him. Now we're going to remove his guardian. We're going to educate the child, convert culture, likely to become Mongol, and we're going to train, and we're going to educate him ourselves. Let's hop back down to our home over here. Their long-distance relationship is having a bit of a problem. Ooh. Got a bit of an opportunity here. We're going to go on a long distant raid. I think it's time for us to check in with our bank. The Bank of Tibet. Oh, good, we got a whole bunch of people who want to come and join us. Embrace Tangri, and this will be your home, because we need people. We're going to be so outnumbered by them. It's not even going to be funny. Let's see what type of holdings we got to deal with. Yeah, we'll let him become gluttonous, that's fine. As long as he becomes Mongol. Speaking of, we now have uniform Mongol culture in our territory. We'll want to push our campaign and grab the, let's see, they expand clear out into here. So we want all of this duchy and a little bit of this duchy. We'll have to fight the Naimans at one point. Well, eventually we'll fight everybody over here as we want to, like, we'll have all of Mongolia proper. Now what we're doing is actually highly risky because the Tibetan army is absolutely huge. But hitting these castles and stuff over here will be nice and beneficial. So when they raise up the Imperial Army of Tibet to come and fight us, we're really going to see what we can do with our harassing force. The Mongols often fought heavily outnumbered. Speak of the devil, there they are. I want to have them chase us into some little better terrain. The desert over here. Alrighty. This is a massive battle. We're heavily outnumbered. Time for some Crusader Wars. They only have a little bit of cavalry. The rest is their heavy infantry. We might sacrifice our levies for the sake of just luring them in.
Warriors ready!
If they don't have precision shot, we don't really want to deal with them.
Keep your distance! Come together!
Dismount. Get over here like this. Toss them together. Want our general all the way back in the back as far as we can get him.
Let's run it! We are outnumbered! Battle ready! Men of the steppes! Stay together!
Have you guys just run over this way.
Move out!
Let's take a look at the Tibetan army, because this is going to be a faction we're going to be messing around with for a while. The Hunnic is a decent representation of them. So they're just using the White Hun troops for Crusader Wars, which I understand there is no Tibetan. And these are the closest. So we're gonna start immediately, just come over this way.
Warriors ready! Move it! Get running! Run, curse! Run, curse!
Just gonna ignore them.
The enemy are ambushing us! We have discovered the enemy's hidden units. We have sighted the enemy.
Thrown down.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
Say, don't be running like that. Almost got one of their units all the way dead. There we go. Concentrate on these guys next.
Our forces have found their courage! Back to the fight! All right! Ready! Our men run from the enemy! This is shameful! Fire!
Alrighty, down we go again. Let's hit this unit. Devastating.
The men are running! Cowards!
Here comes the cavalry. And now comes these,
The enemy have rallied their units!
these horses. And that's them gone. Back to hitting these guys. Trying to get us surrounded, but not going to do that with horse archers.
Warriors, move out!
Because that's ultimately how they beat us, is by getting us against the side of the map.
Understood! The enemy has obliterated an entire unit!
You can put them in jail. That's about the only way you can guarantee to take them.
Move it!
The higher you get your crown authority, the easier it will be to basically deal with all that.
For the eternal sky!
We'll go ahead and reload our guys. They gotta sit still for a bit.
Gotcha! Our ancestors!
Come on, get our movement back.
The
And we
enemy
killed their
has
general.
fallen!
So I might have killed the Emperor of Tibet right there. Oh yeah, getting the trees on fires. Make them suffer. We need to get into the open area. Come on. Turn skirmish off and run.
Our men are wavering. Nothing remains of this unit now.
Yeah, if they didn't want to move and get out of that situation, nothing I could do about it. Our ambush troops have been detected. Back to hitting them down. Come on. Alrighty, that force is gone. Coming where the infantry battle happened. Give him a bit of a rest over here. Big battles like this, especially when we're outnumbered, gonna take a little while. Now we just wait for him to come at us. Oh yeah, we don't have the manual.
Get them! Any of them!
Looks like we got enough time to... Yeah, we're tiring out there, army, by just running around in circles. And we're gonna reload our arrows while we wait. Let our force just heal back up. So this is a tactic that would be going on right now. Basically, they'd be switching out their quivers. This is where the actual step infantry would be basically taking their precedent. Because the horse archers would have went behind their lines. And then they would have came back out. And they're just now starting to catch up. And they're just about to catch up to our territory. Where our archers could just start peppering them.
As you say!
So they're trying to catch us. Not really working. Not working out for him.
Forward! Get running! Warriors, move out! Run, curse you! Move it! Move it!
Time to use our rapid advance ability. Increase our speed.
Loose! Running! Forward! Run, curse you! Move it!
God darn it. Come on.
It's running!
Looks like Attila's AI pathing is gonna eventually get me freaking caught the way it's going.
Ready! Shooting gun! Move it! Forward! Shooting gun! Run out, warriors! Move it!
Catch him down like this.
Forward! One of our units can no longer fire! Forward!
And we'll bring our horse archers up here to rest. A long battle of attrition. And we don't seem to be really winning it.
Our ancestors!
Looks like we bit off more than we could chew. I mean, we might have killed their emperor. But we don't have the ability to retreat from battle. That sucks. This is like the first time I really noticed it.
Let's go! Get running! No course!
Oh yeah, they're not affected by frenzy.
No course!
Let's just hope our character doesn't die.
Our general is under attack!
It's time to just whip back into the steppe and lick our wounds.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives. The men's resolve is failing.
For shame. How well did we do? If you're the culture head, just make sure you have it selected on the cultural fascination. And be in the learning tree. It'll speed you through the era. Unlocking your innovations, etc. .30 is a very decent learning skill, especially early on. So we can fight a force out that outnumbers us a good bit, but not that crazy of a force. At least mechanically. Could we have kept up the chase? Yeah, we could have definitely kept up the chase. But with the time limit, we wouldn't have been able to make up the difference for it. And we were already getting caught by Attila's crazy unit pathing. Doesn't look like we were injured. But at least we got some guys that we can just recruit. So at least it wasn't a total loss. Well, that only weakened us. Not the best outcome. We did do a nice dent into their army, though. So maybe that will weaken them enough for a revolt or something. Oh no, they are injured though. It'd be sort of pretty cool if that results in their death. And somehow we came out of that without any injuries. And let's consume the hash cakes. And looking at everything and how much time, I think this is a good place to stop. We've expanded our lands a good little bit. We've increased our overall size and capability. And we're not capable of raiding Tibet yet. We'd have to wait for them to be occupied with something else to properly come and start taking loot from them. We'll work on just increasing our territory's power. Head and save one more time. So I thank you all for coming, and I appreciate everybody who gives us a like and a subscribe on YouTube, over here, all of that. I heavily appreciate it. That's all we have time for today, and we'll be seeing you all later, you alligators. Bye-bye now.